Hi, welcome to PHP and MySQL video. This is a list of suggestions how you can use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL, which is loaded here. Okay, and we are going to continue MVC pattern example 10. And we stopped here at step. We stopped somewhere here, okay? And what we're going to do next, so we have the file open, we have the index open here. We have the product DB, category DB, which are two files. They are part of the model because they communicate with the database. And then we finish the product list, okay? And when we stopped, we actually pass the control back to index. We finished passing the control of delete by using a hidden field, hidden input box. Okay, it's not box, hidden input field. Okay, with the name equal to action and the value equal to delete products. We also use a get method to pass the information called show at form pass to the index page. All right. So now we finished the list product. The next thing we want to do is, of course, the delete product. Okay. Okay. So when we click on here, when you click delete, the information is passed back using the post method, and in the product list. Okay, I'm going to keep it in the product list, and action become delete product. So here they will output delete product, but we didn't handle it here, so we need to handle it here. All right, let's do that. Okay, so instead of if, we are going to do an else if. Okay, else if action equal to delete product, two equals, which is passed into the place action equal to delete product here, capture here. So if it's actually delete product, we need to get two things from the product list. One is the hidden field called product ID, and one is the hidden field called category ID. And remember, in example 9, we actually did that, so we can actually technically copy the code. So we go back to our example 9. So this is our example 10. This is example 9. And we open example 9D delete product page at the Notepad++. So we have our 9D here. Okay, we actually have two statements to capture the product ID and the category ID. All right, we are going to copy these 4 lines. Control C to copy. Go to the index, Control V to paste. Okay, and then tab. Okay, align them properly, and then we want to see the information from here to be passed to here. Okay, let me uncomment this, Control S to save. I don't think we even need to, yeah, I think I better reload this. And then when I say I want to delete Mantis, you press delete, you should get one product ID of Mantis is 6. You should get 6. Product ID is 6 for Mantis. So, and the category ID is 1. You should get 6-1. Yep, 6-1. So you get the information. So once you get the information, you see we are good now. I don't need to echo it anymore. I can comment it out. Control S to save. Okay, so now when you reload and you don't see the output, but you know that 6.1 is there, product ID and category ID. Now you want to do a delete. Okay, to delete product in 9D, delete product, we actually have this. We actually have this statement and okay, and then we can delete and all that. Okay, I don't need the check anymore. I just need from query to close cursor, the delete in the 9D, copy this. And because you are deleting from the products table, so you go to product DB so that the files are better organized. So you go to product DB, you write a function called delete product. Paste it here. And the first thing you do is actually get the global DB so that the DB can be accessed here. The second thing you do is you actually need a parameter to pass the product DB, product ID inside here to actually delete the thing. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it here. Okay, so that should work. And we need to just pass the product ID. So product ID is going to be used. So 6 is going to be used to delete the mantis. Control S to save. Go back to your index and call this. Oh, sorry. I need the name. So copy this. There's no return, so you can just call it here. Semicolon. Okay. Reload. But after you delete, if you just don't do anything, this page won't be refreshed. You want to refresh this page. So now is the new concept, right? We used to just do include, which basically copy the whole code here. It doesn't pass the control back. So I want the control back to the index. Okay, I want to control back to the index. I don't want to include another page here. I don't want to include product list. So I want to pass the control back to the index and then pass information back to itself. I use a function called header location. Header. The location of the header. Go back to itself. Space dot means itself. And I also want to remember which categories I was doing. So category ID actually take care of that. And category ID can be passed back to the same page by using a get method. So I use the query string, key value pair. The key is category ID. Value is whatever you have here, which is category ID, which is 1 or 2 or 3. So if you put it here, and when you reload, you would delete the information, delete the field from the database, pass it back to itself, reload this page, and say category ID equal to 1 or 2 or 3. So if I delete this, you will come back and category ID equal to 1. If you look at the URL, it actually says category ID equal to 1. So here, pass it back to itself. If you delete MP3 songs, let's say you want to delete pitch, delete. If you look at the URL, category ID is equal to 2, so you come back, go back to the pitch. So that is the correct way of doing things, not using include statement. So from now on, we are going to use header location as much as possible. All right, go back to action figures. Okay, so we finished delete. Great. The next thing we are going to do is add products. So if you do an add product, we actually we finished delete. So let's close a couple of things. Let's close the 9D delete product. We don't need it anymore. We still need category DB. We still need product DB. We still need product list and index. So we need that. Okay. So in the next video, we are going to finish the add product. All right, but next video we're going to finish the app product, but I think now we can just start going because the video is still, we still have a lot of space. So right now when you add product, click here, they will come back to the page and the action is going to be show add form, but we never take care of that. So let's take care of that. All right, let's move on from here. Else if so else if action equal to, I'm just going to copy from here. If action is equal to show add form comes here, goes to the top, capture here using get method captured. So action equal to show add form. Okay, if it's show add form, we need to do a product add. Okay, we need to add, show the add form. Okay, to do that, remember in example 9, we have a add product form. So if you open that example, what this form does is get everything ordered by category ID. Okay, so you need to get all the categories ordered by category ID. Remember we wrote a function on that, okay, and save everything into categories. We wrote a function on that called get categories, so we don't have to repeat the statement like what we did in example 9, which we don't have to copy all this. We just go and call this. Okay, so we copy this function from category DB to get all the categories, and then in the index here, we call the function and save everything into categories. Okay, and then we want to show the add product form. In example 9, we actually show this thing here, but we don't need to show the whole thing because we have the header, we have the footer. We just need to copy the main and take care of that. Okay, so in this case, instead of showing everything, what we can do is we include a file called, we're going to create a new file called product add.php. Control S to save. So we need to create this. And you know what? We can actually copy this file from something else. Well, in this file, we need the body of the 9E add product form, and we need the header and the footer. The file that have the header and the footer included is the database error page. So we can actually copy that and then change that file. And it's in the same folder as of index. So product add must be in the same folder of the index, which is product manager. So we go to 10. Okay. In example 10, in the subfolder model, we have database error page. We're going to copy this page. Okay, and then we go to product manager, paste this page, and then rename database error to product underscore add dot php. So now we duplicate database error and rename it as product add. Database the product add.php in the product manager page because it's in the same folder of index. Open this in Notepad++. And I don't need the main obviously because I just need a header and footer. Save this. Let's see what we have right now. If we come over here, we say add product, we are going to have a action equal to show add form, and we have the header and the footer. We have no body. Okay. So for the body in the product add is going to have the same body as add product form. So we go to add product form. We just need a main. So we copy everything from the main to the main. Control C here. Go to product add, Control V. Okay, and they are not aligned properly, so I'm just going to move the main here. Okay, move the main here. And highlight this. Decrease this. Control S to save. Okay, let's try that again. So I want to show add form, add product. So we have the add form, action figure, MP3 song, and DVD are good because it's for each categories, and we have the categories already defined here. So we have that. We fill in the value. We add product. Okay, there are two things here that need help, right? The first help is we need, when you add, you go to 9F, add product, that file is not there. Okay, so if you add, you're like, not found. Another thing is if you want to view product list, you click on there, it's like, nah, not found. So these two files not there, so we have to use action to take care of that. Okay, let's take care of that. So in the post action, okay, we just go back to index. Okay, you send it back to yourself because you are calling it from index, send it back to yourself, and ID equal to add product form. Okay, but you need a hidden field because it's a post method. You need a hidden field called action equal to something. Okay, let's do that. So the type is hidden. Name is action. And we are actually going to add the product. So the value equal to, we are just going to call it add product. Control S to save. Okay, we don't need a lot of things now. We don't need the 9E anymore, so I'm going to close it. We also do not need the product list. Okay, I'm going to close it. All right, so now we pass the action back to yourself. Value is add product, so save. Control S to save. Go back to index. Uncomment the action. Control S to save. We need to reload this, I think. All right, now it show add form. But if you click on add product, send it back to yourself, the action is equal to add product. That is great, right? So we just need to write another controller. If action equal to add product, what we want to do. Okay, and another thing that won't work is in the, let me go back first. Here in the product add, this won't work. So we have to send it back to yourself. You can do dot or you can do index, both will work. And action equal to, for this case, we're using get method, pass the action. We want to list products. Control S to save. So if you send it back to list products, reload, add product list, they are going to say list products, and we already have list product defined. So if you say, hey, it's list products, if action is going to list products, I'm going to list my products using the product list page. We just did that. Okay, in the like 3 videos in front of this. So comment out the action, I don't need that anymore. Control S to save. When you add product, you just need to do the add product here. When you view product list, it's already taken care of. Okay. All right, my video is getting way too long, so I'm going to stop here. In the next video, we are going to say, hey, we want to add product now. I've already shown you the form. Now put the product into the database. All right. Before we do that, we have to reload here because Mantis is gone. So Mantis is gone. Okay. All right. That's a good place to stop the video. We are going to continue and do the app product in the next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.